Hey, it's good to see everyone. I'm Al Condeluci, and welcome back to our series on issues related to folks with disabilities, produced by UCP Class. I'm the CEO of UCP and UCP Class in Pittsburgh. We provide services to a lot of folks who have disabilities, but our primary agenda is to really help people build relationships or build social capital. Our video today is really to explain and describe social capital, to give you an introduction to this powerful phenomenon. The social capital was first coined as a phrase by an educator by the name of Halifin in 1916. And Halifin talked about the power of relationships, and especially from an educational perspective, but actually since then sociologists have really come to conclude that social capital is a powerful phenomenon. But Halifin identified social capital as the value, the resource value in your life that your relationships bring. You know, others that have studied or have written about social capital talk about social capital, how people are sort of like, people are influenced by being embedded in a system of normative obligations that other people around them hold them accountable to. Other folks have even talked about social capital really being this sort of shared, when you're in a shared norm situation where you're with other people, the goodwill that comes and the resources that are available to you. But say what you will, we know that relationships, social capital, have this powerful effect on people's lives. They're associated with all that's actually good about life. Now, in order to really understand this a little bit, to understand social capital is to really kind of think more in a graphic way about your life or a person's life. And what we know in terms of your life is that there are three dimensions in a key way to people's lives, right? There's three key dimensions. So if you would just look at this little graphic and you'd say this is Al Condeluci and his life or his relationships or his social capital around him. This first element is really the micro system. It's the covenancy system. It's the people that are most important and most influential to Al. This would be his family, his close friends, people that he has an intimate, trusting relationship in. This next ring would really be what we call the meso level or the activity level. These would be the people around Al that he does things with, that he engages in, systems that he belongs to, groups and clubs and associations that he might be a part of. And then lastly is what we call the macro system, and these are the acquaintanceships that Al has in his life, the various people he knows in a variety of ways. Now, if you stay with me on this illustration, and we take a look at this a little bit more closely, we can kind of actually think about it like this. So here we have Al, right, and he's right here in the middle, and then this is the world around Al. And so in some ways we can begin to think about the various parts of Al's lives where he has relationships. So we can actually consider and think about a variety of clusters or systems that Al has exposure to. This system here might be his family. This is this slice of his life. And this might be his neighborhood, right here. And this might be maybe the church that he goes to and all the relationships there. And then this might be his job and all the folks that he knows and works with in his job. And this one might be a club or a group or an association. Maybe he's in a golf league, or maybe he's in a tennis club or a reading group. So these represent Al's social capital. And in a powerful way, these relationships bring incredible value to Al's lives. What we know and what sociologists are convinced that the value of social capital, and Let me kind of show it to you this way. The values in people's lives based on social capital are powerful. In fact, we know that health is enhanced because of social capital. We know that happiness is enhanced by social capital. We know that people get jobs because of their social capital. We know that people advance in their work or achieve more because of social capital. We even know that people live longer. Longevity is associated with social capital. There's study after study by eminent sociologists that continue to show us the value that happens in people's lives because of their social capital. And so one of the things at UCP class that we're really interested in as we look at and as we think about social capital for the people we serve is we want to know more about their lives. And we want to try to enhance the potential of additional clusters or places where people might go. If you've had a chance to see our video on building community, we talk about trying to find venues. The other important thing that we know is that people who have disabilities, whether they're congenital or acquired, have less social capital than other people. In fact, if people acquire a disability, they're at risk of losing their social capital. That opens people up to social isolation, which is a bad thing. We know when people are socially isolated, they're more at risk of being sick, they're more at risk of being unhappy, and they're more at risk of dying sooner. And so, UCP class is really fundamentally focused on this notion of social capital. And what we really hope you have an opportunity is to visit our website, see if you can download some of the articles and some of the books that we've assembled on our website so you can know more about social capital and the work you do. Thanks so much, and keep an eye out for some of the other things that we have coming on our video program on YouTube. We're going to have some things out there that you may find useful and helpful in your work. Thanks so much. Take care now.